Since first light opening morning, there was a lot of turkey gobbling and activity. But for the next 8 days, the high activity continued, and all the turkeys I encountered were just jakes and hens. Nine days into the season, I got a gobble back, immediately after showing up at this property later in the morning. The gobble came from the middle of the grape field. It took me calling and slowly walking till I entered his bubble for him to answer back again. I had to take my time slowly walking the grape rows, peeking down them with my binoculars till I saw 3 to 4 toms all still hanging out together, with a bunch of hens. So I set up in the only place I could with very little coverage on the edge of a cliff. These toms were strutting almost constantly, but wouldn't come into calling. The toms are anywhere between 80 to 120 yards away. The camera I am using right now is a mirrorless Canon M50 Mark II with a 75 to 200 millimeter lens on it. I had a plan to come back in the morning and find a post to sit against in the middle of the grapes and try and get as close to their strutting zone as possible. Over the next 4 mornings, I was able to get into the grapes near their strut zone. During those days, it was rain on and off a lot, but I was still able to move and adapt day by day with the toms. They still were not receptive to calling since there was a lot of hens still with them. During that time, the hens started to go off on their own and the toms began to be less tolerant of each other. Soon after that, they started roosting in separate trees along the ravine, but only one of the 3 toms would continue gobbling once he was down off his roost. So he was the one that I put my focus on from there out.
Please, God, send them Three fucking toms all at once. One of them's gotta come over here. Come on, guys. The next morning, I'm set up like 25 yards from where that happened. I'm set up in the middle of the grapes this time. I'm trying something new. Trying to get in the middle of their strut zone. Hopefully I can call here and see if I can make them think there's a hen out here already and get them to race out here. I just had one gobble at the ridgeline now from that ravine.
messed it up. Tried calling one last time to try and get him stopped in his tracks, and it didn't work out. He spooked and ran off. Went back later on that night. He was still roosted there, so the next morning I continued my hunt. I'm not going to make the same mistake twice. So I put 2 decoys out in front of me. One is a standing hen, the other is a breeding hen. Hopefully I can keep the tom's attention on them and keep the calling to a minimum this time.
Oi.
Let's just give him a minute. Oh god. Ow. Let's just give him 1 minute here. Oh yeah. Ow. Let's just give him 1 minute here. Be respectful to the bird. Ooh. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. He's a beauty too. He is a beauty. This is the one that I've been chasing since for like, God, I don't have to get the date, but I think it's been like almost a week now trying to get this guy. This is the exact one that evaded me last time. Oh, I was looking at my binoculars and I got scope vision, or whatever you want to call it. I got paying too much attention to binoculars, trying to look through him coming through the brush. He snuck up through the brush, came out in the clearing, and I didn't even see him. Oh my God. Whew. I didn't even see him, and I took my, I painted binoculars to look down the clearing between the grapes, the road between the grapes, and oh my God, he was right there, and I had to, he was about to spook. He literally was spooking as I shot. I think he's good. I think he's good. Oh yeah. Those are fat spurs and a long beard, long big beard. Let's go look at him. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, he's a beauty. Oh my God. Tagged out. I think it's only like the 15th. Oh yeah. I gotta be kind of quiet though, because there's a guy hunting on the other side of the property right now that oh yeah, this one's heavy. Jesus, he's heavy. He's a big boy. Oh, so real quick before I show him off. Oh, he was definitely hot. Look at that. Oh, look at that. That is so beautiful. That's a fat beard too. Not just long, but that's fat. And his spurs, not that long, but man, they're pretty thick. Oh, that's so nice. Let's get a look at his fan. Before I get out of here, I'm gonna show off my setup a little bit. Oh my God, yeah. Oh my God. Oh, he is beautiful. Let's show off that fan a little bit for the camera. Oh, that's a nice full fan. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, look at that. Oh, let's get the time. Time is 6:06. Right off the roost. Didn't take them long. Tried to keep the calling to a minimum this time because I don't think he liked the calling too much last time, so I kept the calling to a real minimum. I think I caught his fan a little bit with that spread, but oh yeah, I definitely caught the fan a little bit with the spread. Ooh, that is beautiful. And that is it for the 2024 New York State spring turkey season. Oh my Lord, this was amazing. And that gives me time to take my wife out, my little cousin out. Definitely happy about that. Let's show off his head a little bit more. Look at those colors. Oh my God. Look at those colors. Look at that beard. Let me let down a little bit. Look at that beard. I got some pretty big hands, but look at that. Absolutely beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. His colors are phenomenal. I think I made a body shot at him a little bit on that. No, I just got plucked off from there. Oh my god. Look at him. Once again, thank you for anybody that is watching. That'll be the 2024 New York State spring turkey season. So I got myself a bearded hen this year. I got my cousin a Jake on youth weekend, first day of youth weekend, and I'm gonna get off this property before we take some pictures. So where I was just in there. If you see my camera sticking up, had my back against that post. My back was up against that post. Usually roost somewhere along this tree line on the outside of the grapes. Over there is where I got the bearded hen. On the other side of those trees, it's a ravine. It's like a 400 or 500 foot drop in some places, like 250 in the lowest. So what's nice about that is you know they're flying down this way. You know they're not flying down the other way. The only way they can go is this way. It's rare that unless they're spooked, they rarely actually fly down across the ravine. I've had that happen before. That's a story for another time. Basically though, my setup was me sitting back here, right where that camera is. This is the first time I used decoys this year. I'm not a big fan of decoys, but he seemed spooked and didn't like calls too much, so I wanted to do very soft calling this morning, and I wanted to bring in some decoys. I wanted them to be close to me because I used a 3-inch shell today, so I had some range. I wanted to make sure he didn't get too close to the decoys. But I had a standing hen right there, a laying down hen, a breeding hen right there, and it looks like I got him. God, how close was he to them? He had him in pretty close. He kept going to prop up like he was going to strut, but then it didn't actually go through with it. There we go. Right here at this spot, right at this post. So let's walk it back for the shot. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 46, 47, 48, 49. I'm gonna call that about 50, 55 yards because I have to go a little further in there. I'm gonna pick up some of these feathers, get my decoys out here, get this bird out here, get out of this guy's hair because I don't want to spook out the property too much. Because I know for a fact there's somewhere up in there that we're gobbling, and I know within the next hour they're gonna be heading down this way, and I don't want to be here preventing them. They seem to handle shotgun blasts in this area pretty well. I know some areas they don't like the human presence of shotgun blasts. But alright, I'm gonna pick up these feathers, get that bird and decoys out of here. Alright, absolutely does not have to be perfect, but my theory to that is that coyotes get a lot of turkeys around here, and the last thing we need is feathers to be left everywhere, a sign of duress for the other turkeys, discouraging them from being out, discouraging them from being in the direct area. That's always been my thought. Look at that, found the wad. Walking out with this fatty here, he's heavy, but this is what I was talking about with the amount of sign that's here. All these mud pits, every single one of them have an absorbent amount of tracks in them. So I'll check in a bit when I get this bird somewhere more private. May 14th, tagged out. now it gives me time to do some editing and stuff, and hopefully get it posted while the season's still active, because it seems like after season is over, because we're like the latest season. We're like one of the latest seasons in the U.S. I gotta look it up. I wonder how late we are. I wonder if there's any others that are any later than us, but I know we're pretty late because it's turkey hunting going on since the beginning of late February. So I noticed the algorithm seems to drop after our season is over, or around our season, actually during mid-season right about now. Content seems to drop off and seems to drop off, so hopefully I can get stuff posted by the end of the month. Thank you.